Hello, Dr. Al here. This is a recap of the Chaos Clinic from 14th of September 2018. Topic for the clinic was the FibGrowth curve from an upcoming course, The Secret Math of Power Curves. This is an E-Mylar overlay that tracks from 0 to 360 degrees. What I call a FibGrowth curve. Secret mathematics I figured out shows up in markets, chaotic markets, and this is the tool I used to find the S&P top January 29th, 2018. This is the Chaos Clinic on using it on a shorter term basis. Now the Chaos Clinic, if you sign up at moneytide.com, you get a weekly email. That email would have told you to go to daytradingforecast.com and check the AUX page. On the AUX page, there was a chart and a write-up. This is what the chart looked like, and the write-up described this chart. So before the trading normal session opened, I posted this chart and this write-up, and basically the write-up describes the chart, and it winds up by saying that the previous day on Thursday had 8 hours of flat, 8 hours of a chaotic nonlinear fib growth power curve, followed by 8 hours of cyclic congestion. And the thing about markets is that they have two modes of operation, normal mode and chaotic mode. Normal mode is described by Gaussian statistics, think Bollinger Bands and things like that. But when the market goes nonlinear, Paretian statistics apply. And you can learn more by taking the Cash In on Chaos course at moneytide.com. Now what this write-up described is this chart here. This is a session chart. Started beginning of session on Thursday, end of session on Thursday in the September contract of the E-mini. Now this curve goes flat, and early in the session things are kind of quiet, and just about the 180 degree point there's this dip here. And then by the time I got up and got out of bed, this is mountain time, I got up at 4:30, and by then I could see the power curve was starting to catch, and by lining up this point here and then watching these points, I could stretch the curve and find out that it's going to top out just a little bit, maybe after 10 o'clock Eastern. So before the normal session opened, traders were buying, pushing this up. The question is, should I jump on it, or is it going to stop, or what? Well, on the normal session open right in here, you could have jumped on it and caught a little bit of it. Right in here, this big down candlestick says it's over, and that was the end of the power curve. After that, it pulled back to the 50% level here, congested, and then it held up all day, but it didn't go either way. It stayed below that high. So that was just an illustration of the power curve on Thursday. Now on today's day, Chaos Clinic, you could see that right up in this chart. I also started a TeamViewer session so that people could see my chart on my computer today. I was not calling trades. I simply wanted to illustrate again how this tool would have worked today. And as that TeamViewer session went on, I annotated the chart. Now this is using the September contract, which I had to use because my December contract was being traded, and I didn't want the trades cluttering up my explanation here. Well, the power curve this morning began a little earlier. This is about 140 degrees. There's a 180 degree point. I've got the little dip and a pop up, and that started this power curve running up. Here's the 270 degree point, and it ran up here. These little green points are where the candlesticks are pushing the 16 period Donchian channel. So by that point the high was in, and we're a long ways until the normal session begins. Here we got a little move down, move up, and then it started down. By the time the normal session opened, the moving averages had rolled over, and we got this sharp drop here. Now, it would not be expected that this drop go too far, because this 36-hour exponential moving average our support, and that came right near what's the 10 o'clock time Eastern. So this is the 1010 to 1020 bar. Started bouncing back up and looked like excitement was over, but this is the 50% line. On Thursday, prices stayed above that. Today they fell below it. Right in here they tried to push higher and got rejected right there. And then these little green dots are the rally boundaries. Single dot is an alert that you might want to be ready to sell short. This candle starting down. It gained a lot of following. I got asked in the chat room what happened there. Well, the rotating exchange passed natal Uranus, or squared it, and the moon flux line was coming down right here and hit it. Now we got a sharp drop and started pushing lower into what turned out to be solar noon. This is 3 drives to a bottom, and I want to point out that at that point there are at least 5 moves. You could possibly call this a 5, 6, and 7, but at this point we started getting an afternoon up move, and that was all the analysis. This power curve cycle was 9.5 hours. 9.5 hours was pretty close to this bottom. So there was the nonlinear cycle sending it up and down, a little bit of recovery. Now, besides annotating this chart in TeamViewer, I monitor the chat room on daytradingforecast.com, and I'm always pleased to see one of my good traders, certified chaos traders, come in. TG, those far stars are the Cash In on Chaos, Fractal Pi, Face of God, and Chaos Trade Made Easy courses. And on that late low, TG says, I don't know how good it'll be, but he bought because it's out of bound and extended in what he calls an MM play. Several years ago, we had a certified chaos trader who explained how he uses candlesticks, and those are called MM techniques. But besides it being a tied time, he saw many other things going on. He says good shot of being a low pivot. So had a little spinning doji and a hammer right through, but holding both the Bollinger Band and the Larson Band out of band level. There's also a secret spot on his fractal grid, and that comes from the Chaos Trading Made Easy course. And he had counted 7 mini moves down from that high, so that move was fast. So he went ahead and bought it, picked up 6 points. All I can say is, TG, well done. So that's a quick recap of the Chaos Clinic. I will be working on the Secret Math of Power Curves course. Keep watching for it on moneytide.com. And if you go there now, you can find some courses where you can learn to cash in on chaos. Thank you. Have a good week.